Hey, how's it going? Checking in for today, these days seem to be getting busier and busier, which is really good. But I've got to make sure that I'm staying on top of things as well. Seems to be the recurring theme with these check-in videos. I've been sort of struggling to get this bank proposal written to really sort of sit down and go through. I've got about 4,000 words of notes collected together now from the briefing calls that I've had with the bank, and also with the calls I've had with some of my friends who have given me the benefit of their experience and kind of their approaches. And so all these ideas have been in my mind, kind of going through it. Just seems to be taking it, just like there's all this information. But I sat down today and actually planned it out on a piece of paper instead of doing it digitally. And all of a sudden, things just seemed to fall into place. And I kind of came up with something that I think fits the bill. It plays to my strengths, but it's also a bit more of a stretch, mainly in terms of the facilitation and the way I'd be delivering the sessions. But it feels like, and I probably did it in about a half an hour as well, by the way. So I had about 3 hours, no, two hours in sections chunked aside today to do this, and I did it all in about half an hour. So I think because I've been thinking about this, it's been mulling it over, and all of a sudden it just seems to have come together. So there's more work to do, and I've got to expand it. I've got to make sure that I'm really clear on what I would be trying to achieve with each of the sessions within this 3.5, 4 hour piece. But it feels like I've made some big progress today, which is fortunate because I kind of got to get it finished tomorrow. Because Thursday I'm presenting all day, final MBDA session, and it needs to be on Friday. And I'm presenting on Friday as well, and I'm presenting tomorrow, but only for 90 minutes, so it's not going to take up the whole day. So that's that, and I feel like I'm almost there with that. Now I had a call today with Maria, who runs the London Speaker Bureau here in the UK anyway, and she was running this course that I was on, Speaking in the New World, over the last few weeks. And so we had this call today about sort of pricing strategies and what I charge and how I position myself. And she said right from the beginning, George, you just don't charge anywhere near enough for what you could or should really be charging to be, in what other speakers like me would be charging. So that was really nice to hear, but it's kind of taken me a little while to really build up that bank of confidence and content as well, to feel like, actually, yes, I probably should be putting my fees up for not all the work, but for some of the work. And then I had this call. It came out of the blue. It's from a connection with somebody else who was on the course with me, and she introduced me to somebody who's an event planner and runs an agency and is looking for a speaker on wellbeing and resilience for a client in just a couple of weeks' time. And so I'd been introduced, and we had a conversation this afternoon, went through everything, and ultimately it came out as, it sounded like what I was offering was perfect, just what they need, just what they're looking for. Demonstrate that I understood the brief, ask some questions to deepen and further my own understanding. And they said, okay, so what's the fee? When I told her the fee, I sound pretty friendly. I'm sure you've spoken to Jerry. Jerry's always saying, George, you need to put up your fee. Well, I will be in 2021, but now this is kind of what it is. When I told her, she said, well, I agree with Jerry. Gary, you definitely have to be putting up your fee. I was like, I said, you know what, that's fine. I'm happy with this for this gig. I'd be absolutely, I'd be happy with this, unless you think that it's going in too low, and in which case that's going to maybe cause some pushback, because it looks, well, he's a bit cheap. But it was, again, really useful and interesting to have that conversation, having also spoken to Maria earlier on today. So maybe this is just me kind of building up a little bit more belief in the value that I can bring. She said, I don't think that's going to be a problem. So I did ask her. Oh no, I didn't ask her. She told me what the potential pot would be, and it was more than twice what I'd quoted. So it was like, well, feel free to increase it if you want to, but I'll be happy to do it for that. So yeah, there's some internal work that needs to kind of go on there as well with regards confidence and pricing and value. But in all, it's all very positive. So, but anyway, so there's my check-in for the day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and check back in again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.